What up, what up, what up? It's your homeboy B Watt, and you are now tuned into another episode of Cancel B Watt. And today, I want to talk about a topic that's interesting to me. See, a lot of my friends like to talk to me about relationships. So I have a bunch of conversation with men, women, friends of friends, family, and I be all up in their business trying to understand different relationship dynamics that's going on in our culture today. And so today, I'm going to tell a story to serve as a warning to some of the young men out here who may be currently involved with a woman or considering getting involved with a woman who may be operating on a feminist ideology. Okay, so this is what happened. My girl was having a conversation with another woman, and this woman was venting about her boyfriend. She was asking for advice because she had been dealing with this guy for some time, but she began to feel like she was settling for less than what she deserved from a man. So I politely interjected myself in this conversation, and I began a line of questioning so that I could understand like what was going on with her and her boyfriend. Okay, so I asked her to tell me about him. She said he was under 30, retired from the military, was doing some kind of engineering job, comes from a small town, works out 5 times a week, and recently relocated to a big city for a new job. And I'm thinking to myself, hey, that sounds pretty impressive to me. So I then asked her, what does she do for a living? And she said she works in the entertainment industry. Now, according to her, in her own words, by her working in the entertainment industry, she's getting to be around certain kind of guys who live a certain type of lifestyle, and she's comparing those guys to her boyfriend, and she has concluded that her boyfriend does not have any swag. So I really wanted to understand. So I asked her, okay, what kind of man is it that you really want? And just like a tape recorder, perfectly on cue, she says, I want a boss. I want a guy who's a mover and shaker, and her boyfriend was green and he ain't ever experienced nothing that's exciting to her. To emphasize the point, she told a specific story. She said she brought him around some music industry event or whatever, and he was acting shy, standoffish, like he didn't fit into her crowd. And she would prefer a guy that when he walks in the room, he commands attention. Now, of course, her boyfriend courts her, takes her out to nice dinners. He's trying to relocate her to the new city for his new job. He wants to be with her, but at the end of the day, he's not good enough for her because he doesn't have swag. So, gentlemen, what does that really mean? What is this woman really saying when she says her boyfriend doesn't have swag? For those who may not know, I'm going to tell you a secret about women, okay? And that is, women are attracted to men that other women are desirous of. Women want what other women want. So it's not good enough that she has a good guy with a good job who just wants to be with her. She would prefer the boss, the mover or shaker, the one who's gathering all the attention. And it's not because he'll actually be a better man for her. It's because his status attracts the attention of women who she deems to be in her class or above her class, and that indirectly validates her value to herself. So she wants a man who has the option to cheat on her with women who are of a higher quality level than herself, but then chooses her. So because she does not believe that her boyfriend can replace her with a woman that she perceives as equal or higher quality level than herself, that actually decreases her perceived value level of her boyfriend. I can't do the math on that. So I told her, I said, it's kind of crazy because if your boyfriend actually wants to be with you, the best thing that he can do for you is to cheat on your ass. Listen, the truth about it is that women would much prefer being with the guy who they perceive as higher value, and they'll be with that guy and allow him to cheat than to be with a guy who they feel like is less valuable than them. So after unsuccessfully lobbying for this man, and I'm realizing she's about to break up with this man, she's going to roll the dice and try for something better. She then told me that before she settles in a relationship with her boyfriend, she'll go get 5 boyfriends all across the country and just date them casually. I'm slick-side in shock. I asked her, I said, now what woman did that work for? And she said, well, I knew a woman who had 2 or 3 kids, left her husband, and she got 3-4 different boyfriends, and she seems happy. She heard from this woman that all women, after they break up with their boyfriend, need to go through a whole phase, and this whole phase is necessary for a woman to be psychologically ready to commit to a man. Ugh. At this point, man, I'm feeling bad for homie. Cause like, what if he really heard this conversation? You know what I'm saying? Like the woman that he loves, you know what I mean? Not only does she think she's better than him, not only does she devalue him because he doesn't have swag, but this woman secretly has whole aspirations. She rather bounce cock to cock, city to city, than to be in a relationship with a man who, in all honesty, is more than likely settling for her. And so for all my people who have endured this story and would like to know if I think that this woman was attractive or not, I would have to say, she cute or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Not an unattractive chick. She looked like a nice software engineering wife. You know what I mean? And sometimes these women get things confused, you know? Just because you get to be around these type of men, and just because these men show you attention, you know what I mean, doesn't mean that they value you in any significant way. I mean, to be honest, some men are sleep with any woman. So like, just because you getting attention from a certain caliber of man does not put you on the same caliber as that man. So that was an isolated story, but to be honest, I hear the same story over and over and over again from so many different women that I just have to warn men, especially young men, that it's very important that you vet the women that you deal with accordingly. You want to make sure that you're not dealing with a woman who has been indoctrinated into feminist ideology, because there is nothing you can do to please them. These women have a tendency to overvalue themselves, therefore they think they're better than you, and they secretly are struggling with a deep and profound decision as to whether to be someone's hoe or someone's wife. So, anybody, comment. Let's talk about it. Listen, like, subscribe, and tune in again to another episode of Cancel Be Wide.